And we are live. What is going on, LBHT crew? Panthers Nation dominated the Falcons. We weren't too scared to pick them. We weren't too scared to pick the Panthers. All right, we told y'all every week they're going to get better. Every week that defense is going to play better. And in week 3, they dominated the Falcons.
They sat Michael Penix down.
Yeah,
not because he was hurt.
Because
he was getting his ass kicked.
Where when the game's over and you see you see
they didn't sit him down because the game was over. It was over. That's not why they sat him down. They sat him down to send him the message that he just wasn't good because he was awful all day long.
When you see Kirk Cousins and Andy Dalton enter the game, things have gone really well for one team and really bad for another. All right, what's going on? Pay the bills. Thanks for coming through. DDSQ in the house. Salute. We got SV Cam in here. Says, now, Brodny, I know I said 40, but 10 off ain't too bad. Let's go Panthers. Okay, all right. Killer in the house. What's going on? Says Ola Jose. And mucho gusto, Brodny.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Yolanda is here. What's going on?
What's going on, Yolanda?
Says, hey, everyone. Killer says, sorry, I'm late. I was driving. You're not late. We just started. We literally just started.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed that there is a severe lack of QB development across the league?
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and it's a lack of coaching talent in the league, combined with a lack of patience from front offices and owners. You can't take somebody like you look at the Colts. You can't take a guy who you know is a project in Anthony Richardson, who you know is going to need a lot of development, a lot of reps, and then give up on him immediately. The 49ers did pretty much the same thing with Trey Lance. And part of it is these guys aren't very good at developing quarterbacks, and the other part of it is you can't wait on a player to develop. You're going to get fired.
Yeah. But that again, that comes down to ownership and GM, right?
Yeah. But I know you ain't talking about my man Bryce Young, though. No,
Penix,
sir.
Right?
You talking about Michael Penix getting benched for the 39-year-old who ain't got no Achilles.
Well, that's just a bad game. Things are going bad. The Panthers defense played a lot better than they expected. We knew the Panthers defense would play better. We talked about it, right? There are lacking some talent there, but there is some talent. They're not completely void of talent, and they have an excellent defensive coordinator. And it's just about getting them on page and playing disciplined football.
The thing, it wasn't just about the defense today. Penix was just bad. He missed a lot of throws on his own. He had a very, very bad day. The defense played much better than they have the first couple of weeks. But I'm just saying it wasn't 100% that because Penix, like they could have played the exact same way they played the last couple of weeks, and Penix still would have looked bad.
Yeah, no, listen. No, the Penix looked bad, but the defense also helped them look bad. You know what I mean?
In some plays, but I'm talking about like he was throwing from clean pockets and just missing guys.
Listen,
quite a bit.
Bijan Robinson didn't have a great day either. There were a couple plays where if the tackle wasn't made, if that one last tackle didn't happen, he's taking it to the house. I saw a couple plays like that where it's just like, ooh, he almost broke it, but they never let him get that big play to change the game. So you got to credit the defense for that.
I'm not taking any credit away from the defense. I'm saying that Penix played bad independent of the defense.
Yeah.
He played poorly regardless.
Oh, for sure.
But which is why he got benched. But I do want to point out though that this was in fact the first shutout of the NFL season. So those are extremely difficult to come by unless you're the Carolina Panthers. And I just also want to say that look, Atlanta, they've been doing I think a decent job in rebuilding that team. I think they had a good draft. I think they are turning that team around. But Bryce Young owns the Falcons. That's just what it is. He owns CJ Stroud and he owns the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey, when you have a game like this, you're allowed to say it.
Well, I mean, this is the second game in a row like this. I mean, the defense didn't play as well the last time, but Bryce Young had 5 touchdowns the last time he played Atlanta.
Oh yeah, he ate them up.
Yeah,
he ate them up.
He's like every Green Bay Packers quarterback in the Chicago Bears when it comes to the Falcons.
Now, stat wise, he didn't have a flashy game this game, but he played pretty efficient.
He played well. He took care of the ball, and he avoided negative plays, which is what's killed Carolina the first couple of weeks.
And listen, you can't put we're not going to put this all on Michael Penix. That kicker had a whoa.
That's why Princely went on Twitter and he tweeted out hashtag justice for Young Ho Kwe or Ku. They were quick to move on from a guy who's been a very solid kicker for a number of years because he missed a field goal in week 1, an important field goal, but it was just one. And this kid came in and he went 5 for 5 last week, and they said, you know what, get out. We got our new guy, and it turns out that maybe they don't. So,
yeah. So, he didn't help matters, especially early on. You're missing those field goals. Like one was off of that turnover from
Etienne on the punt.
That Etienne. You gotta find somebody else to field punts.
They did. He did. He was out on the very next punt. They went back to David Moore.
But right there, they're already in field goal range, and turned out he still couldn't hit it from there. So credit to the Panthers, man. Credit to even and look, Bryce Young. He played an efficient game. He made sure, hey, they're making mistakes. I'm not gonna make any mistakes. There were a couple of drop passes, couple of drops from Tetaroa. I was like, dang, man, he held on to that.
He had one drop. The pass.
Which drop are you talking about?
Where he was coming across the middle and the defender was there, but it hit him in the hands and in the chest, and he should have caught it, but he just let it go.
No, he had another drop. That's not the drop I'm thinking about. The drop on that screen where he had all kinds of room to run.
I don't guess I know.
Yeah, I mean, not saying it's a touchdown, but there's an opportunity there. That was a nicely set up screen, and he dropped it. But he also made some really nice catches out there too.
Yeah.
Christian is here. What's going on? Thanks for coming through. Says hi guys. It's been a while since I last checked in on your fantastic show. All the best. Cheers. Hey, salute to you, Christian. Appreciate you coming through, man. Big Reg is in the house. What's up, Big Reg? Salute to you. We got DJ Amp in the house. Says, how in the world did the Eagles come back? Oh, we're gonna talk about that. I was shocked. I saw the score, because I was running around, and I was like, all right, man's gonna run the clock out, kick this field goal, and I refreshed the score, and I saw 33-26. I was like, no, Eagles don't have the ball. And they did have the ball.
They did indeed. Yeah, it was a crazy ending to several games. In the 1 o'clock slate there, but that was a great game with the Rams. I had picked the Rams to win. I thought they were going to pull it off, but I mean, when you kick the ball directly in the opposing team's hands, you're probably not going to make that field goal.
Yeah, but back to the Panthers' dominant day, because that's as good as it gets. That's your first division game. That's your division rival, and you win in a statement win. Okay. Because like you and I talked about, like the first 2 weeks, I felt like they could have won those games. If there was better execution, especially in the red zone, they're coming out with the win, especially in the Jaguars game. I felt like the game got away from them, but when I watched that, I was like, this game should have been theirs.
Yeah.
Same is, the Cardinals game, obviously, if they didn't have those early turnovers and just mistakes in that first half, they're coming away with the win there. So I saw the potential there. You saw potential there too, right? It was just a matter of, are they going to clean it up? And today they cleaned it up.
Yeah.
They're still only 1-2, but this was an important win, and now you can start looking hopeful. We talked about that, right? Didn't we talk about that on Wednesday? You can't go 0-3. If you get this win, you can still talk about how you can compete the rest of this season. You're talking about some trades that you can make to get even better. If you go 0-3,
Okay, so this is probably more what the Panthers wanted the offense to look like coming into the season. They had 30 rush attempts, 24 pass attempts. A couple of those were scrambles, obviously, but they want to be a run-heavy team with Chuba and Rico Dowdle. They ran for about 130 yards today and a couple touchdowns. It wasn't the most efficient run game, but that's how the run game is. You're not always going to have big games, but you just want to control the ball, control the clock, and all that. I think that they're going to be able to pass the ball more efficiently once Jalen Coker comes back. They're really, really, really missing their number 2 receiver. They didn't even have Xavier Legette today to waste 5 or 6 targets on. So it was really down to the run game. But look, Jalen Coker was on IR. He's eligible to come off after next week. I'm not sure where he's at in his recovery. I'm assuming he'll be able to come back for that 5th game. It didn't sound like it was like a major injury. It was more of a precaution to put him on IR and let him get fully healthy before they try to run him out there. But listen, looking at this schedule, I looked at it before the season and I thought, hey, man, they can start the season off really hot. And then they started off the season the way they did. But moving forward, you got New England. That's a win. You got Miami. That's a win. Yeah. If you're watching the game today that's going on right now, Dallas is a win. All right.
Wait, what's the score to that?
The last I saw, the Bears were up 14-6. Yeah, and they scored on a 60-yard flea flicker. So to let you know how Dallas's defense is doing right now.
Here we go. What's up? Hello, Hendo.
To Luther Burden, who had previously not caught a pass in his NFL career.
I know he's sitting on the bench on my fantasy team. But go ahead. Who else?
So Dallas is a win, and that one's at home too. Yeah, count it. After that, at the Jets, and listen, I love Justin Fields. I will forever be pulling for Justin Fields, but that's a win. So that brings us to 5-2. Now, granted, they're probably not going to beat Buffalo. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but Buffalo's they're one of the top teams in the league. Green Bay I would have counted as a loss too, but Green Bay went out there and they said, nah, son, we beatable today.
Did they lose?
They lost to the Browns. That's another one. They tried to kick a field goal to win. It got blocked. The Browns went down the field and kicked a field goal to win as time expired. I think it was like a 55-yard field goal. So Green Bay, that could go either way, but they're going to beat the brakes off of the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, the last time I looked, were down 35-3, and it was, I believe, early second quarter to the Seahawks. So that's not a team that plays football. And certainly by that point in the season, they're like, game too easy. I wanted to ask you, who's going to be your quarterback next year? What's going on, man?
What's too easy?
Who's gonna be your quarterback moving forward? Who do you like in the college ranks? Is what I'm asking. But no, I think that if they keep this up, they play well through this stretch, they'll set themselves up to be in the mix for the division later on in the season because they've got a really soft schedule over the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. And guys, you're gonna have to forgive me because some of these scores I'm just finding out now. I was locked in on the Panthers game, sitting down watching it, and then my son, our assistant producer, Jacob, decided, hey, old man, run me to the basketball court. Me and my friends want to go play basketball. He's a hooper now. So I was like, all right, real quick, go down the street, drop you off, no problem. Come back, start watching the game. Then he's like, hey, come pick me up. All right, go pick him up. Get there. He's like, hey, run me and my friends to Rita's. So I'm like, okay. So
and I keep telling him, you gotta learn to say no.
I'm running him and his crew to Rita's. They get some Rita's, all right. And then they're like, now Get us some pizza.
Okay, so you say you got it today, it won't happen next time. That's what y'all said last time, game.
Yeah, they to their credit,
last time.
Like Jacob said, they bought the pizza. I put one of the hey, I ain't got pizza money for y'all, and they rolled out some cash. Said, what you know about money?
But
okay,
this is what you said last time, game. So don't run back the same lines.
Game Too Easy says you got it today, won't happen next time.
But I asked you a specific question. I said, who's going to be your quarterback next year?
I mean, Game Too Easy. I mean, obviously they got it. This wasn't a blocked field goal return for a touchdown win.
We can spot you 10 times the amount of points you scored, and you still lose by 30.
They got it. You don't have to concede that point. We all saw it. But look, the Falcons, that shocked me. Right? That shocked me. I picked the Panthers to win because division rivalry games, doesn't matter if one team's bad, one team's good. It's going to be competitive most of the time. Mm-hmm. And the Falcons have been playing competitive football. They're another team, and I like Michael Penix. I like me and B both love Bijan Robinson. You have a young team there, and they're going to be competing too. I think the Panthers and the Falcons over the next few years, like those are going to be the two teams battling it out in that division. But today, they didn't get off the plane. This
was kind of similar to last year. They were able to run the ball. As a team total, they had 131 yards, 5.7.
You talking about the Falcons?
Carry. 5.7 yards per carry. Bijan only had about, not only, but he had about 77, a little more than 70 yards. But it just doesn't seem like it because they were chasing the points all day long. When you're down, nobody notices that 7-yard run. When you're down 20, nobody cares that you ran for a first down because you're not. That's not putting the points on the board. And the reality is, you got Drake London, I think a very talented player, Kyle Pitts, who is allegedly talented. I'm not going to be a Kyle Pitts apologist anymore, but that's a guy that they drafted in the top 5, and they have to figure out how to make the passing game work consistently. So
I'm with you. Kyle Pitts ain't it, man. Every year we're saying he'll get there. This is the year. It ain't happening for him.
Game Too Easy says Penix will still be our quarterback. Our offense was just off. Play calls were suspect. No, I'm understanding that he's going to be on the roster. I'm saying who is going to be on the field taking snaps and throwing the ball for you, because it ain't going to be Michael. All right, not if he keeps playing like this. They put Kurt in the game.
He'll be fine. It's one of those games where it just snowballed. And listen, the missed field goals.
He's Shane Falco now.
Listen, the missed field goals. That didn't help. That didn't help the situation. Everybody played off. Everybody played.
He gonna be fine until November 16th.
Okay,
I'll tell you that.
Now I would have disputed with you on some of these games, these upcoming games, like especially the Dolphins. Right, the Dolphins. They should have beaten the Bills Thursday.
They didn't though, did they?
No, they didn't. And I would say that's a tough team to play. But were you playing them in 2 weeks?
Yes. They've got the Patriots and then the Dolphins at home.
Yeah, there might be a fire sale going on by then. Okay. Tyreek Hill might be on your team. By the time that game happens. So I don't know. Dallas, I don't know, man. Like the first game, they had a close game with the Eagles, and I thought, oh, maybe Dallas is gonna be solid.
And then they had an even closer game with the Giants, and then you're like, what's that? The Saints are down 38-6. Yeah, it's 24-14 at halftime, Chicago.
Yeah, the Saints, I mean, that's a bye week for you guys. That's bye week for everybody.
Caleb Williams in the first half, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So, yeah.
The Bucks beat the Jets 29-27. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting as well.
The Broncos are beating the Chargers. The last I saw, the Chargers were up 10-0.
Yeah. The Jets. The Jets, they blocked a field goal. I believe they're the ones that they returned it for a touchdown to take the lead. And then they let Tampa Bay go right down the field and kick a field goal to win. Or was it a touchdown? I can't remember now.
The Jets is another team. They're 0-3, but you got to be careful because they could have easily been 2-1. Right? They're a competitive team. They had some tough breaks. Man, these games today, I love football, y'all. I love football. I'm going to go back and watch all these games.
They're a competitive team. They're just losers.
Yeah. It takes a while to change that culture, right?
Yeah, so there it is. They were down 26-20. They were actually down 23-6. They came back. It was 26-20. They blocked a field goal. Will McDonald recovered it, returned it 50 yards for a touchdown with 1:51 left. And looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers used up about 1:51 and kicked a field goal to win. So, yeah.
So the Bucs are 3-0, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-0. Steelers, they
got the win over New England.
I got to go back and watch that one. But the Steelers, they're not looking good. Osman says the Patriots handed the Steelers a win. I didn't see what happened in that game. I'll have to go back and look. I bet the Cowboys lose somebody a house today.
Yeah, I saw some Falcons fan talking about they posted their bet slip. They bet $500 for a chance to win $798. Talking about it was easy money.
Easy.
That's unfortunate.
I know they were sick. I know Falcons fans. I know Game Too Easy is sick, right? and listen, we can all sit here and laugh. I mean, the very first. I mean, look, this was us. This was us a couple weeks ago against the Bills, right?
Yeah.
We're me and B are virtual high fiving each other. Like, oh, this is. We even got to watch the rest of the game. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
And
we lost.
Wish you hadn't.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. Right.
Sometimes I feel like that's better. Like you go to sleep thinking you got to win, and you wake up, and then you just get the shock all at once, as opposed to watching it happen like a slow-mo train wreck in real time.
No, because you get up, especially if you get up getting ready for work, and then you find out you're like, oh man, I gotta go into work with unprepared. It's better than having to disrupt your sleep. Yeah, but I can call out sick.
You can call out sick when you find out in the morning.
I don't call out sick for games.
I'm about to call out winner tomorrow. So, I mean, whatever the reason,
Rams kicker sold wide and he hustle on the kick. It didn't matter. The game was over. Right? They were down. They needed that kick to win the game. Yeah. Once it got blocked, I don't care. Run for a touchdown. So what?
Yeah.
UNC QB is what happened. Yeah. But these are some wild games. I'm gonna go back and look. Man, I appreciate y'all being in here, man. We got 33 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button. Panthers fans, if this is your first time seeing us, I'm a Ravens fan. I know I'm wearing the Carolina blue, right? Got the blue background. I'm supporting you guys. There's a Panthers stream. B is a Panthers fan. Okay. So we talk a lot of Ravens and Panthers on the stream. Hit that subscribe button. All right. If you're enjoying the content. So who do you guys have next week?
Next week is New England. We got Drake May and them boys. I'm wondering, the question for me is, are they going to actually start using Travion Henderson next week? They've been starting Ramondre Stevenson and giving him a lot of touches. Today he fumbled the ball twice and he lost 2 fumbles, and they looks like they had Travion in the rest of the game. He ended up with 11 carries for 28 yards. Those numbers will go up against Carolina. They're bad against the run. But I just don't see, and I'm not afraid of Kayshon Boutte and Mac Hollins. I'm not even afraid of Stephon Diggs. Like, he's obviously not what he was.
No.
You know, whether he's still trying to work his way back into shape or it's just gone. He's not that Stephon Diggs anymore. So, yeah, I'm not real concerned about what they can do offensively. I know that they have a good defense, but I expect Bryce and the guys to be on point and be protecting the ball the way they were today. I'm expecting them to carry this performance forward.
Thank you, Bailey. This is a good game,
Yes.
Panthers. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a win. Okay. DJ Am says Saints ownership group needs to be banned from owning teams.
Listen, man, they won a Super Bowl not too much longer ago than y'all. So,
what's up, Dusty? You're not gonna say your whole name. YouTube will ban us. What's up, Dusty? Says what's up, y'all? I think is what he's meant to say. What's up, y'all? Browns beat the Packers with that win we had versus the Browns is looking a lot more impressive. Yeah,
I wouldn't say so.
I would.
I wouldn't say so, just because look, teams win games. Like it's we talk about how hard it is to be good in the NFL and win consistently in the NFL. It's just as hard to lose every one of your games, right? Like this kind of stuff just happens sometimes. Like they're not a good team.
The Browns are good. They're a good.
They're a tough team.
They are a very good defense, and if you don't, because I mean, they did this to the Bengals. They did this to the Bengals in Week 1, right? They didn't pull out the win, but it was a close game. That defense can keep them in most games. Just Lamar's playing on a different level right now, you know. Kwame B, what's good? Says any given Sunday. Ask the Panthers. Listen, when you win 30-0, that's not any given Sunday. That's just an ass whooping.
Yeah.
Okay. Any given Sunday is what the Browns did to the Packers today.
Right.
That's any given Sunday. Okay. Any given Sunday is what the Bears doing to the Cowboys. All those is leaning towards ass whooping. But
but my thing with the Bengals is or with the Browns, they ran for under 100 yards. They threw for under 150 yards. Joe Flacco didn't throw a touchdown. He turned the ball over, and you blocked a kick. Like, it was just a lucky day. That's all.
It can happen to anyone, though, if they're not on their game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's still an ass whooping. That's not any given Sunday moment. They lost the last time they played the Panthers. Like, when you're playing a division rival, that's already going to be tough. When you're playing, like, I mean, that's your rival. The Falcons are your rival. It like the same way the Ravens and Steelers are rivals. And even when the Steelers are bad, that's a tough game for us. It's one of those type of games, you know?
Yeah.
So, Bengals lost. Boy, did they lose.
Jesus.
Boy, did they lose.
Shout out to Isaiah Rodgers, who beat the Bengals by himself. That's not even a joke. They scored 10 points. He scored 14.
Okay,
on defense.
So I'm not picking them to win any more games. I don't know about you, but you know,
put
Joe Burrow
parlay too. Carson Wentz has never let me down more.
Joe Burrow, if he comes back this year and plays well, they're already gonna miss the playoffs. But I still might put him. I might give him some participating votes for MVP because this man is clearly their offense and their defense. They can't do anything without this man.
Hey, look. The last time he was out, they went 4-3. Okay.
Not this time.
Apparently, they just didn't play the Vikings last time. Right? Now, but he ain't coming back this year. They're gonna be out of it. He ain't coming back.
Yeah, and
he's gonna spend the next 3 months plus scouting offensive linemen.
Is their coach gonna get fired?
No,
I think he gets fired.
I don't think you're gonna fire the coach without the quarterback.
I don't know.
Like, I don't think they will. And also specifically them, I don't know how many years he has left on his deal, but he's not going to want to write them a check, and he's not going to want to kick out more money for a new coach. That's not his deal.
They need to spend their whole offseason on O-line.
Yeah.
Their entire offseason. They got to get him fired. I think so. I think he's gone.
I don't think he is. I think that the fact that, like I said, I'm not sure. I have to look up how many years he has left. But if he has any time left on his deal, they'll have to buy him out or pay him whatever they have left in terms of guarantees. And then they're going to have to pay a lot of money to find a new coach.
Dusty says it looks to me the Ravens, Bills, and Eagles are on a different tier than the rest of the teams. Let's wait until tomorrow night, and then I'll let you know what tier we're on. Okay. Yeah. T. Higgins is on Fandom Cyborg's fantasy team. This will be the last week. T. Higgins is on my fantasy team. I've seen enough. All right. Look, if you're just joining us, the Panthers dominate the Falcons 30-0. It wasn't
first shutout of the season.
First shutout of the season. It wasn't competitive at all. I really like the way the Panthers approached this game because, look, you guys, your offensive line took some major losses.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a question of, well, how's this gonna work? I'll tell you how it's gonna work. It worked really well because their run schemes matched up perfectly with Atlanta's blitz schemes. Every time Atlanta tried to blitz, they ran the ball for like 6 to 8 yards, and that completely threw Atlanta off their game on defense.
Yeah, the O-line played really well considering they lost starters Robert Hunt and Austin Corbett, the starting center and right guard, both likely for the season. So they were replaced with Chandler Zavala and Cade Mays, which was concerning. But they played very well, especially when you consider how well Atlanta's defense had been playing and their young players, particularly their pass rushers. They were able to protect Bryce for the most part of this game. I mean, obviously they got some pressure. He had to take off and run a few times, but for the most part, they kept him upright. The run game wasn't great, but it was good enough, and it was good when they needed it. Particularly, they in terms of the yards per carry, it was a little low, but they got exactly what they needed from the run game today. We got to see if those guys up front can keep this up over the long term. I'm hoping that they will. Chandler Zavala, he's been there for a couple years now. You kind of thought that he would take a little time to develop, and I'm thinking he is better now than he was when we saw him initially when he got that 0.0 grade. Cade Mays is actually a center, which is an upgrade from Austin Corbett already, but Corbett's just a better player in general. But if you have a guy that Corbett had the yips a little bit with the snaps the first couple of weeks. Yeah. That he was snapping the ball all over the place. So if they can kind of stabilize that situation and get a baseline level of play out of Cade Mays, then I think they'll be okay, especially in the short term with the schedule that they have coming up. Like I said, New England has a very good defense. Not particularly scared of them offensively. So I think they'll be okay next week. And after that, I'm hoping they get Jalen Coker back and they can kind of really ramp up the offense and see what they could have been from day one. And we didn't even mention really the biggest part of today and why the offense was so in sync is that Xavier Legette was not out there. Xavier Legette, who has through the first 2 weeks 15 targets and 4 catches for 8 yards. Listen, I don't want to come down on him too hard. I don't want to keep singling him out, but that's a lot of wasted plays.
Now let me ask you this. Now, I mean, you've been joking about it all day that the offense looks better without Xavier Legette. But do you really believe it's one of those addition by subtraction things?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Like I said, look, the guy has 15 targets for 8 yards. It is a wasted play when they throw the ball to him.
Good point.
And until he steps his game up, until he starts playing at a higher level, it's just going to be a negative having him on the field. He's not now granted, I mean, look, all of his targets haven't been the best, Bryce has been inaccurate throwing to him, but he's not a great catcher or a great receiver in his own right. Like, he's not going to help out the quarterback on a poorly thrown pass. He's not going to help out the quarterback on a well thrown pass. Like, he struggles catching the ball, and even when he gets the ball in his hands, he's struggling to make things happen. So, and they're trying to force the ball to him, trying to get some production, trying to get him going because he was a first round pick, and it stalls drives. When he wasn't out there, they weren't worried about it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And this is what I was saying before. They needed to be looking to trade him. So that's another thing I want to ask you too. If they continue to win, I'm not saying they're going to go on like a 5-game winning streak, but we listed the next few games that they have on their schedule. They can win the majority of those games. So let's say that happens. Now they're really in, they're in it to win it at that point, right? You're trying to win a division. You're trying to make it to the playoffs. Do you want to see your team make any moves, any trades to improve the team? And if so, like, where would you want it? Offense, defense? Like, where would you want that trade to happen?
At this point, like, if they were going to make a trade, I don't have any specific players in mind, but it would be at that middle linebacker spot because, like, I know they're trying and they can get better in theory, but Trevin Wallace and Christian Roseboom just are not it at this point. We won the game today 30-0, and they gave up 130 yards rushing at 5.7 yards per carry. They just are not good enough. And they can't cover. They can't cover any tight ends. I mean, except Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts. But they're going to struggle next week with Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry had a couple touchdowns today.
Yeah,
right? He's going to get open on Carolina next week. Like, that's just going to happen. They're going to have to rely on the pass rush, getting to Drake May, and either forcing him to scramble or getting sacks or forcing errant throws. But Hunter Henry's going to get open. So if I could bring in any one position, like I said, I haven't looked around to see who might be available or anything like that. But any one position, it would be at that middle linebacker spot.
What do you think about this trade right here? Sam Smith says trade him to Chicago, give them a 2nd-round pick, and get DJ Moore.
Trade who to Chicago?
Xavier Legette.
I'm not giving away a 2nd-round pick. No.
Kwame and Ed want to know if you want Trenton Simpson.
Absolutely. 7th round conditional. Get it done. Send them over.
You have a deal. Shake. Virtual shake.
I'll shake. Okay. So no, I would take Trenton Simpson. I think he's a more talented player than what they have in Carolina. Not giving up much for Trenton Simpson, obviously.
Right. Middle linebacker, that's one of those positions you can definitely get better at trade deadline.
You would think they could get better off the street, but I don't know if they're trying.
If you look around the league, especially by trade deadline, there are teams that are pretty much like, all right, we're not going anywhere, right?
Yeah,
and good young linebackers they're willing to offload, right? Because they don't want to pay anybody, right? Yeah. Like, if it's a team that's like, hey, we're about to rebuild, or we're breaking this down, we're gonna do a fire sale. Middle linebacker is always the easiest position to get rid of.
I said, man, call up LJ Fort. He out there doing something. He's stopping the run somewhere.
Yeah. I love the LJ Fort, man. Solid tackler.
Like, but
never out of
there
position.
There has to be somebody out there who they can bring in to help shore up that run defense. Because I'll tell you whose fault it's not. It's not Ashawn Robinson and Derek Brown up front, right? It's the guys behind them who can't make tackles.
Who's on the Dolphins roster here?
The Dolphins they're special. They've got Jordan Brooks, who makes a lot of tackles. I'm not sure how effective he actually is.
They got Willie Gay,
and same thing. I don't think I would want any. I don't think I would want any of their linebackers, honestly.
Okay, all right. Who else is falling apart? What they got in New Orleans? They probably won't trade in division, right?
And thank God for that. Right. Nobody want any of that trash infecting Carolina. We're on the upswing.
The Bengals have a couple of linebackers, don't they?
No, they have.
Oh,
they are the Bengals. They took one of the Bengals linebackers. They signed a guy off their practice squad.
I know where you could look. I don't want to say this because I want them to succeed. I root for all my black coaches and quarterbacks in the league.
The Jets,
Texans.
Yeah, Texans as well. That's true.
Because even though they're losing, all their guys hit.
Yeah, they do.
All their guys on defense. They may not win the game, but you're gonna feel it.
What you laughing about, Kwame? What you mean? What's funny about the upswing? They won today. Okay, that means we're swinging up right now. Okay,
yeah. not a far swing. You know,
it's the beginning of the swing right now. It's kind of the wind up, right? But they are going up. Okay, goodness, just hating.
Kwame, I would let's Kwame. We got a big game tomorrow, and if we don't win that game, I just want you to know we're the same record as the Panthers.
Goddamn right you are.
I mean, don't. I mean, these laugh emojis will be crying emojis if we don't win tomorrow.
And that is a very losable game. I think Baltimore's going to win. To be clear,
I say Kwame. It's Kwame.
But it's a very losable game tomorrow night.
Yeah, and me and B picked the Ravens.
Yeah,
right. We picked the Ravens, but as you saw from these games today, in our first game, anything could happen.
And what do you think happens if Lamar actually has an off game? Now they tried to say that he was having an off game last week. He wasn't. What if he actually has an off game? They're going to get boat raced.
Killer says losing Nnamdi hurts. Not my opinion. We can't spend the money and picks that we spend on defense and have one guy derail our defense. Okay, we got Aeneas Peebles at home. B,
suck it up.
Suck it up. Facts. Travis Jones supposed to be the best nose tackle in the league.
It is what it is. And Kyle Van Noy's out too, right? But you still got Owe, you still got Ajabo, you still got Mike Green. Go out there and sack somebody.
Yep. I don't want to hear it. There are no excuses.
No.
There are zero excuses on defense. There's nothing you can tell me about that defense that's going to make me say, oh, well, okay, I understand why they gave up 41 points.
And you know why? Because not you specifically, but people would still come in here and tell us it was Lamar's fault when my man was throwing to Devin Duvernay. So I don't want to hear it.
Facts.
Round up the troops, leader of men.
Quick score update. Has Tyler Shook played this year?
No.
It's time. I
don't think he has.
It's time to activate him. Seahawks are up 44-6. Now, put this in perspective, right? This is gonna make game too easy feel better. The Falcons lost 30-0, but it ain't the worst beatdown today. It's not even the second worst beatdown.
Y'all are out of line. Y'all are out of line.
What?
Ken says there are no excuses, but I know the other Nigerians will fail me. It's not right, man.
Is Ajabo Nigerian?
I believe so. Y'all can't say stuff like that. Yeah.
Jay, what's good? Thanks for coming through.
What's up, Jay? Yeah, no, but you're saying that the biggest beatdown so far today was the Vikings and the Bengals, 48-10. But that ain't lasting.
Yeah, Seahawks said, wait a minute.
The Seahawks are currently up by 38, and it is they still got a whole quarter to go.
Man, yeah. that is bad. So okay, so yes, Seahawks are up 44-6. Bears are still up 24-14. Oh, they look like they're gonna score. 2nd and 5 at Dallas 13.
Listen, I'll tell y'all one thing. I don't care because, like, look, we come on here and we make jokes and we talk about stuff and everything. Like, I don't really let the outcome of these games affect my mood, win or lose. It's whatever. It's entertainment. I enjoy it when the Panthers win. I enjoy watching them play and everything. And obviously I want them to win. But when they lose, I'm not like in a bad mood for the next week and all that kind of stuff. But there is nothing. Like, if I could never watch the Panthers play again, if I could never watch football again, still the most entertaining thing will be every single Cowboys fan after a Cowboys loss. and I root for it every week, every single week. Your son's a Cowboys fan now, by the way. He loves
David,
the Cowboys.
Not today.
No, sir.
David is a doomsday prepper. Okay, he has a hat for every team just in case.
David's got 32 volts.
Nothing's going to get my man's mood down, man. That's how you enjoy the game, right? That's how you enjoy football. I love 32 teams. My favorite one is the one that wins. Right. How do you guys feel after wins and losses? Right, like everybody gets mad when the team loses. Obviously, how long does it take for you to recover? Right now, if you lose the way the Ravens did week 1, I might need an extra day. Right, I might need an extra day to vent, but after that, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Yeah,
because like we said, like this is entertainment. We put a lot of our time and energy into it. That's fine, but realize these aren't actually your teams,
right?
So don't get too emotional. Don't break TVs. Don't go overboard with it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. I just hate the Lamar slander. I'm with you, Kwame.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
That kind of stuff really does irritate me, and not just with Lamar. With a lot of players, particularly black quarterbacks, but not even just them. But that really does irritate me.
Yeah, because that's deeper than football, right? That points to something else. So that's what. Yeah, that'll get me upset. Depends on the loss. I give it 5 minutes.
Okay. That's good. Right. It's a healthy attitude game, too, Easy, and I'm not surprised that you've adopted that attitude today. Being honest.
The chat, look, you gotta take it today, man.
Today's a good day to adopt that philosophy.
Yeah.
Today's a good day to go Buddhist.
Jay said he wants an apology from every NFL analyst. He wants that apology on air. Keep the same energy.
Every single one of them picked the Falcons.
Every single one. Our guy Aaron Duncan from Unnecessary Bluntness, he reposted some Falcons account that was like, make your predictions, and the predictions were wild, and they were very accurate if they didn't put Falcons in front of it.
Right.
Yeah. I want to see a beatdown. Anything less than 2 scores is a failure.
Yeah.
Well, it happened.
Yeah, you got what you asked for. But yeah, no. Like I said, with the Falcons, and I think that they're on the right track. It was a very bad day for them, obviously, but they've got a ton of young talent there, and those guys on defense, I think, are going to work out for them too. Obviously, they were missing AJ Terrell today. And I think Carolina got out to a hot start, and then you made a bad decision with your kicker. It's really what kind of set this game on the wrong track for you.
The beauty of football, the beauty of a 17 game season in the NFL, especially for a team, for if you're a team that's just you're building up, you're not there yet. This isn't your window. Is these type of weeks, it's easy to write off, right?
Yeah.
Because you can easily say it's just one loss. Whether we lose by a field goal or we lose by 30 points, it's an L's an L, and we're on to the next week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And you can spin it as a positive. Hey, if we collect enough L's, we'll get a great player next year. Right? You don't want that at this point in the season. But fast forward a couple months and you're like, hey, wish we had lost to the Falcons.
They're 1-2. If they win next week, they're 2-2.
Yeah.
You got beat down, but you're 2-2 now.
But it's not soccer. They don't count the point differential.
No.
So
the cool curse is active. That's what Jay said. For Panthers lost in a common, we lost. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what's the most intriguing game of the day is why can't Kyler Murray outduel McCorkle Jones?
Mac Jones, for those of you who don't know. I actually picked the Cardinals to win this. And this is
the win too. It's 6-6 at the end of the third quarter almost.
The 49ers are a good defense.
It's 1st and 10 on Arizona's own 1. So they're not scoring on this drive.
Oh, they sure aren't.
Good
they're just
Lord.
they're trying to get enough yards to punt it and change the field advantage a little bit.
You know how I know the Cardinals are garbage as an organization, as a fan base, and as a crew. It's because I know that Marvin Harrison can play football.
Yeah,
he can in Arizona. So I know that y'all suck.
They can't get him the ball. Yeah,
he has one catch for 6 yards.
Yeah. Should he demand a trade?
Yes, to Carolina. Everybody want to play with Bryce. Imagine lining up Tedderall McMillan on one side and Marvin Harrison Jr. on the other.
It's hard to do that when, what if they win this game? They're 3-0.
Yeah, but is it real?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Trade Xavier Legette for Harrison?
Hell yes.
Yeah, okay.
I do it
Legette,
right now.
What else?
What are you trying to say? Legette was also a first-round pick, sir.
I'm saying what else? The guy that you said addition by subtraction is
that's in Carolina. Change of scenery changes everything.
Kyle Murray's still one of those video games. Yeah, he is. He has those type of plays where you're just like, dang, man. He had one last week against Carolina. It should have been a sack, and he got out and he did this scrambling around and ran it like 20 yards up the field. And then the next play, he threw it up in the air for grabs and it was an interception.
Yeah. Gotta love Kyler.
Jay said, you guys fixed Hassan Reddick. You can do the same for Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
So I think, but look, good win for the Panthers today. You're playing the Patriots next week. Let's see how that goes. If you get to 2-2, like I said, and the next few
Falcons fans, so they're not getting the 2-2.
Why?
They've got Washington, Buffalo, and then San Francisco as their next 3.
Yeah, tough break. But for the Panthers, if they get a few wins, they rack up. If they win the majority of the next 5 games,
yeah,
you're in it to win it. And at that point, you have to seriously start looking at trades that are going to help you win right now. All right. Because by then you should have a clear idea of who's going to contribute and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're looking at some guys and saying, okay, they're helping out. Can they consistently do it week in, week out? Shao Smith Wade, he's looking like a keeper.
Yeah.
Is he going to be consistent? Like everybody in defense played great today. They played disciplined. So
Michael Jackson should have had a pick 6.
He should.
I don't know what that man was doing. Like he was going right down the sideline and he ran straight into the only defender who was there, who happened to be laying on the ground, and that messed his GPS all up.
Yeah,
he just started spinning around and he was fighting people and he got tossed to the ground. I don't know what was going on with that dude. But but linebacker, I'm with you. Linebacker is where you guys need to be looking. We have another request for DJ Moore. Here's the thing, Jay. I understand why you say that, and I would love to have DJ Moore back on this team. Honestly, I didn't want to trade him to begin with. I was like, that was a little much to move up to number 1. But is the Bears GM going to admit they made a mistake with that? I don't think so. And if he is going to admit that if he is going to admit that he made the mistake with it, is he going to send him back to Carolina? I doubt it very much. I doubt it very, very much.
But you always ask, right?
Yeah, you always ask.
You always ask. Say, hey, what you want for DJ Moore? He doesn't want to be there anymore. We can give you something real nice. Say, hey, Xavier Legette, he gonna be a team player over there.
Hey, listen, he's a team player. But in Chicago.
Yeah,
you gonna love it in Chicago.
Yeah, but listen. That's what I'm telling you though, right? You don't think you can get much for Xavier Legette. I don't think you can get a whole lot either, but you can trade him. Like you can use him as trade bait because potential. People always love potential.
He's at a point where you have to find out, and this is part of the job of the front office and the scouts and everybody. You have to find out who else liked Xavier Legette at draft time, because they don't ever stop. We always tell you guys to watch other teams. They don't watch other teams. Not really.
And there it is. DJ just scored.
So now he's happy again.
31-14.
But yeah, the when you have a draft crush, that doesn't go away. It doesn't matter how bad they are. It never goes away, because you're like, no, man, they messed up. It's not Xavier's fault. It's Carolina's fault. Like y'all tried to say about Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Oh, it was just Carolina's fault. Like he didn't play like garbage, and then go on to the Rams and play like garbage. And like Sam Darnold didn't get dropped by Minnesota, even though he had a great season, because they knew he was garbage. Whatever.
But not today. He's not today.
Lord, I don't know. I don't know what they are building in New Orleans, but it is not a football team.
It ain't scored, B. It's 44-13.
I saw that. But I don't know what they're building in New Orleans, but it's not a football team.
B. Spencer Rattler is having a pretty good day.
That's what I'm saying. It's not Spencer Rattler's fault.
27 of 35, 213 yards and a touchdown.
He's not great, but he's not the problem in New Orleans. It's the rest of the roster.
Alvin Kamara is not having a great day.
Yeah, well, Alvin Kamara is 65 years old. So, and I love watching Alvin Kamara. I used to love watching Alvin Kamara play, except when they played Carolina. Like he was impossible to tackle for a number of years. Those years are gone.
Yeah.
Like, he's not that guy anymore.
Yeah. So, DJ Moore versus the other teams. Cornerback 2 or 3, it would do wonders. Yeah, agreed. That's but look, listen,
he would be going against the other teams for number 1 corner. He's better than Teteroa right now.
I don't know. By the time you guys go to make that trade, he may not be.
He is better than Teteroa McMillan. He's not had the opportunity to show that in Chicago. But there's a reason he was part of the package for the number 1 overall pick.
How old is he?
28, 29.
Oh, so this is prime years right now. Yeah, he might be the man. But what we do know is Teteroa is the real deal.
Yes, he is.
100%. So you don't need to win.
So kudos to Dan Morgan for that pick.
If you didn't look so good without Xavier Legette today, I would say fine. Just ride it out a little bit longer, see what you have in them. But now, don't waste time. The offense, they clicked a lot better today, and it might just be coincidence, but they clicked a lot better. He wasn't there, and I wouldn't waste any more time. I would try to trade him right now.
Yeah,
I know it's early.
I'd be calling everybody. Hey, how's the family? Hey, man, great game last week. How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. What you got for me for Xavier Legette?
Yep.
I don't want to trade him. But if you want him, I'm going to listen.
He's going to be hanging for you. He's going to be hanging outside the locker room around this time.
Just for you. Right?
If you send an Uber or something to come and get him.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody else. We're not taking any other calls. But, if you have any faith in Xavier, now's the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anybody out there who would trade for him. Not anything of value. And like I said, he shouldn't have been a first-round pick. I don't think that there were teams out there that loved Xavier Legette like that.
No. This is why we're saying trade him, Jay. Saying Nalo and Coker are coming, so Legette may have to take a seat. That's what we're saying. Not take a seat. He needs to take a seat on the bus and or a flight.
No, man, listen, we're gonna get him a plane. We're not petty. It's not personal.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll put him on a plane wherever he's going. Come on. Yeah.
If I'm the Steelers, I'm putting him and DK at tight end and running all double tight end sets.
What are you gonna do when you have to block somebody?
The Steelers got the win today, but man, they don't look good.
No, man. Look, this is Mike Tomlin, right? I mean, Crackhead didn't play well, but Crackhead got the win.
What are his stats? I didn't see the stats.
Couple touchdowns and an interception. I think just over 200 yards. He didn't play particularly well.
Aaron Rodgers, 16 for 23, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. No, he didn't.
Oh no! Oh, wow. Well under what I thought.
4 carries and 1 yard though. Okay.
Hey, he can still move.
2 yards per carry.
He can still move when you need it.
He can still scoot.
He's like Vin Diesel. Right? He lives his life a quarter yard at a time.
Drake May, 28 for 37, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and he was the leading rusher, 7 carries, 45 yards.
Yeah, because they tried to give Ramondre Stevenson the ball, and then Ramondre Stevenson lost 2 fumbles, and then they switched to Travion Henderson, and they couldn't get that going. I'll tell you one narrative I'm not buying is Drake May. I'm not buying into that.
I'll tell you another narrative I'm not buying.
He's so great and all that, but no.
I'll tell you another narrative I'm not buying. Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, no.
That's what you fired Mayo for. You fired Mayo for Mike Vrabel.
We know that Mike Vrabel is a myth because nobody wanted to hire him when he got fired, including the Patriots. Like, you act like you wanted him to be your coach. No, you wanted him there because you know him, because you're familiar with him. But that's why you hired Gerard Mayo to take the blame for that first season, so you can get him up out of there. Now you think you can start to win, so you brought in Mike Vrabel. You ain't winning with Mike Vrabel. Whatever, though. Couldn't happen to a nicer team.
The Broncos are up on the Chargers 20-13. Justin Herbert's MVP narrative is about to fade away. He is 16 for 32, 177 yards, and a pick.
9 for 30.
Huh?
9 for 30. Josh Allen went 9 for 30 and won MVP.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but listen, the narrative. No, they lost that game. The narrative is Josh Allen again. So it's not going to be Justin Herbert.
It's not going to be Herbert.
It's going to be Josh Allen, back-to-back MVP.
Slicer59 says Patriots gave that game to the Steelers, fumbling and stumbling several times. Yeah.
Let's do it again next week.
I ain't think this is true. I don't think people rate Vrabel that high.
Fans do.
Oh, okay.
Fans
then you're right. Then you're right, Killer. He is overrated. So, all right. We've been streaming for an hour. ESPN calling Josh Allen the greatest QB ever. I mean, why do y'all still watch ESPN? I'm just curious. Like, how many of y'all actually watch those shows on ESPN? Because to me, that's not even watchable anymore.
It is now with Cam. Cam's on First Take.
You watch Cam on his platforms versus Cam on First Take. You're like, what is this?
I don't really watch either, but I see clips of Cam on his podcast. Obviously, big fan of Cam.
Yeah, you watch. Everybody sees clips because, especially if they say something stupid that goes viral. But do you actually you get up to watch Get Up or First Take and all that stuff? Like, do you actually watch those shows? I mean, I'm just asking the chat because some people do. Oh, is that a spider on your screen?
It sure is. Hold up.
Yeah, we got to take care of some business there, but. Yeah, I was looking through the channels the other day. I don't watch that much cable anymore either. But I was watching, I think it was Get Up, and I'm just like, I remember a time where everybody didn't have to talk really loud and almost yell and say these ridiculous things to try to get be smiling. He must have gotten the spider, but
success.
But and you're right, DJ. They can't be trusted anymore because they're saying things just for clicks. You're not really getting their true opinion on things. They had these pre-production meetings and they decide what they're going to say in the meeting, and it's WWE. Right?
Like Ryan Clark talking about how Ashton Genty doesn't have it after 2 games, and a team that is incapable of blocking for him.
Oh yeah, that video that you showed me earlier, the guy broke down the blocking for Ashton Genty. Listen, the Ravens got some O-line problems. The Raiders, they might have the O-line problem.
Well, not according to the composite ranking of PFF, SIS, and the other and ESPN's. But that was for pass blocking. The Raiders or the Ravens were 30th in the league, so there's only 2 teams that had worse problems than them.
Yeah, run blocking. Oh my God! Listen, I'm not a film guy, but it is glaring how poorly they're blocking for Ashton Genty.
Brock Bowers tackled him on one play.
Yes. Yeah. So they gotta get that fixed, man. Maybe Jensen can get traded. And they say, hey man, we're not really competing, man. We gotta stack up on some picks and get some old linemen. Let's see. Allen's a great white hope. Great white hope. Yeah. Pundits want so bad for him to win it all. Yeah. I mean, I like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I like Josh Allen. And he also has what he needs to win. Is he going to do it? We'll see. We'll see. Right. But like when you watch mainstream media, they're going to push narrative. Like DJ said, man, you cannot trust mainstream media. And that's what I want to tell you guys too. We're going to talk about it more on Wednesday. We'll probably talk about it on the overtime show, but I might mention it in the main show. If you're a Stephen A. Smith fan, please, for the love of God, do not trust this man when he says anything about politics, anything about social issues. He is completely bought and paid for. He will admit to you that he's a bootlicker, right? Like that is like, yes, I lick boots. I do that for money. That's my job, right? Do not listen to those people and get educated on politics and things like that, because he's just going to lie to you. He's going to lead you down the wrong path. And if he really does try to get into politics with, like he's been kind of flirting with,
he is
kind of putting out there. No, I mean,
he's got a new political show coming out.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right. He's making that transition.
No. When I say get into politics, I mean like run for office.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's making that transition. That's what he's using, because right now it's, what is black sports guy like? Why is he talking politics to me? Now he's going to do his political show for a couple years, and he'll sell out black people for a couple years. And, that'll get a lot of conservatives on his side. And then he's going to run. Yeah.
Don't vote for that man. Do not vote for that man. Do not fall for it. Yes, he's Eric Adams. Yeah. Don't fall for it. Divest in Stephen A. Smith right now if you are investing in him in any way, shape, or form. Okay. I have a strong dislike for that man.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it be a Democrat or Republican or independent?
Well, no, he'll run as a Democrat and he'll just be a Republican.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He'll be what's his name from West Virginia? Yeah. Manchin, Joe Manchin.
Yeah.
He'll be Joe Manchin. Yeah. I don't respect Stephen A. Smith at all. No, you shouldn't.
Nobody respects Sassy.
Yeah. You don't respect people like that. They're just straight up liars and grifters, right? Osmond said, "What? Yeah. He'll be Joe Manchin. You know who Joe Manchin is, the guy that runs as a Democrat. They should kick him out.
No, he switched to Republican recently.
Oh, okay, yeah. Or Kristen Sinema.
Mm-hmm.
She's another one. So, all right, we get into politics. People don't like us talking politics. We don't care. But do not listen to Stephen A. Smith. Do not listen to his political show. That's not where you want to. If you're not really into politics yet, you're just starting out. That's not where you want to get your information from. There are plenty of other places. Not Joe, but Stephen A. Smith, a Democrat. That's what Osmond is saying. Yeah. I agree, because he's playing that both sides thing right now. But after his last tweet where he was bending the knee to Trump, saying, "Hey, listen, what's that talk show host that got suspended? Kimmel. When Kimmel got suspended, Stephen A. said, "Hey, man, that's your fault. Massa said, don't make jokes about his friend Charlie Kirk, and you sitting there disrespecting Massa. So you got what you deserve."
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he said.
And my bad, Joe did not actually switch parties. He just said that he would switch parties if there was a 50-50 tie in the Senate. But then he was like, "I'll just stay a Democrat and just vote Republican." He's like, why go through all the mess?
He makes me sick. He makes me sick, man. All right, let's see. We'll do some final score updates, and then we're going to get you guys out of here so you can continue watching football. The Panthers dominated the Falcons today, 30-0. Okay, both teams are 1-2. Next week are big weeks for both teams. Getting to 2-2 gets you back in the game. All right, going 1-3. It's not over, but it's close.
Yeah, it's over though.
Let's see. We got the Saints still getting beat down, but they had the ball. 37 on their 16. It's 44-13 right now. Broncos are up 20-13 on the Chargers. Let's see. The Chargers had the ball 4th and 10. They just punted back to the Broncos. The Bears are up 31-14 on the Cowboys. It looks like the Cowboys got the ball. They got the ball at their own 5. The 49ers scored. It's 13-6.
Yeah, you know who it was?
Who was it?
Your boy Kyle Juszczyk.
He still plays?
They've got such a gaggle of misfits in their skill room right now. Kyle Juszczyk, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Jake Tonjes, Kendrick Bourne, Ricky Pearsall. Like the only one who's an NFL player in there is Christian McCaffrey.
I guess that's all they need. That's all they need to
when you're playing the Cardinals,
yeah, that'll get them to 3-0. Hey, sometimes when you're not that great, you gotta do what you gotta do to get these wins until you can figure some things out. You know,
Marvin Harrison has exploded onto the scene. He now has 3 catches for 44 yards.
Let's go,
leading the team.
I heard you. All right, that's gonna be it tonight. You got the Chiefs and the Giants. The Chiefs have to get this win. This is a must win in week 3. They're gonna get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're gonna get it. Tomorrow, the game of the week, the Ravens versus the Lions. This is a must win for us too. We don't want to start out 1-2. We don't want to start out 1-2. I don't want to hear anything about Madubuike. I don't want to hear it. I haven't even addressed that. No tweets, no comments, nothing. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Is he an excellent player for us? Yeah. Does it suck that he's not playing? Yeah, it sucks. Should that change anything about how the defense plays? Not one bit. Not one bit. Not when you're going to sit here and hype up these other players and how good they are and the potential that they have. It can't change how we play in this game.
Yeah.
If Travis Jones is supposed to be that guy, then let him go out there and be a game wrecker. If Mike Green is supposed to be that guy, let him go out there and be a game wrecker. Right? If Malachi Starks is that guy, let him go out there and get some picks. Like, we had too many guys on this team that we're saying is going to be that guy for us to really worry about Madubuike. It sucks, but we cannot be worried.
No, when you're going to put all those resources into that side of the ball, it's next man up. And that's it.
Facts. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. You better go out there and win that game. I don't remember him doing anything in the Cleveland game. Who, Madubuike? He had a sack or 2. Yeah, he definitely had 1 sack. I remember seeing him get 1 sack. Slicer says, Ravens weren't doing much defensively with him. Non-subject to your efforts. Job No Way, Adafe, Simpson. What's your question?
The Ravens weren't doing much defensively with him. Non-subject to your efforts. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yes, do your job. I agree, Slicer. They need to do their job. They need to do their job. So that's the Monday night game. We'll be streaming after that game. It will not be a long stream. That's gonna be too late. Okay. We got bedtimes over here. We got work the next day. So that's that. All right, we're out of here. Yes, I get your point, Slicer. It's all good. I get your point. Hit that like button on your way out. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We have a lofty goal. We're trying to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of the football season. So please share this with your friends and loved ones. All right. Anybody that's a Ravens fan or a Panthers fan, spread the word. Tell them go to Lunch Break Hot Take, hit that subscribe button. If they're into podcasts, we have an audio podcast. We just put this over on the audio side so they can listen to that. Make sure they give us a 5-star review. Also, go to the website, LBHTShow.com. Sign up for our newsletter. I haven't put it out today, and the assistant producer got me running around, but I am going to get right on that and get that out for you guys. All right. And spread the word for that. We got some new merch up there. Check it out.
We do indeed have some new merch. We should probably go ahead and put that up right now, considering the
you won't put up the
designs. Huh?
You put up the designs, but I won't put up like the
but we just put up the design for right now.
All right.
Let's see. Let's go ahead. Considering the performance today, we'll get this one out of the way real quick. This is for Baltimore. Just a little update on the Baltimore City shirt that we have right now. It has the black butterfly and the white L kind of thing going on there, and has the map of East and West Baltimore with the Baltimore skyline. Really like that one.
Yep.
We've got the Fells Point Mafia. If you watch the show, you know what that's about. But yeah. And then we've got this one for the Carolina faithful. No peers, only parade. Atlanta found out the hard way today. But that's right. All right. That's okay, because Tampa and New Orleans are going to be joining you soon. All right.
Right.
So if you like any of those, head over to LBHTShow.com and you can get right now it's just hoodies up there. We're going to put some more, t-shirts, beanies, hats, stuff like that. But yeah, if you like those, you can go ahead and log on to LBHTShow.com, sign up for the newsletter while you're there, and check out the merch.
All right, that's it. We getting out of here. I see you go, man. What's good? You came in at the end. Yeah, Panthers put belt to ass. That's right. All right. Go ahead and check out the replay. Okay, get the full breakdown of the game. I didn't even get to play this. I had this fired up for the beginning of the show.
Penix with time is intercepted.
That's completely on Penix. 100%.
Shaw Smith-Wade takes it in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
The whistle hadn't even blown, and that announcer was like, "That's on Penix."
He was disgusted. He was like, "That's your fault, son. How did you not see him?"
Right.
All right,
white ass blue jersey.
I like the I like those jerseys.
They look really good. But I'm just saying, how did you not see it?
That I can't.
Like I said, he wasn't rushed into that. He looked around. He said, "You know what? This one's for you, child."
This is one of those weeks for Michael Penix where, look, we're not even gonna look at the game tape, man. We're gonna go ahead and burn that. You know what you did. All right. We're just gonna work on next week, and we're gonna get it right. That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has those games, except Lamar Jackson. All right, we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. B, are you ready?
I am ready.
Go watch some football. Get ready for the Ravens game tomorrow night, and you will see us tomorrow night after a Ravens win. Y'all have a great one. Peace.
When you asked if I was ready, did you mean for me to end it? Okay, let me go ahead and do that. I was in fact not ready for that. That's on me. That's my bad. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take responsibility for that right now. So I am going to maybe go ahead and I'm gonna rectify that here in a moment. Ask me again if I'm ready though.
No. You clearly weren't ready.
No, ask me again if I'm ready now though. That's what I'm saying.
B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Peace.